Welcome to another Sir James D. Tech video. Today I'll be conducting the review for the in-win BUC steel mid-tower case. Alright, I'll do as usual real quick and give you a quick look-see around the box. If you notice my speech is a little down in tone from usual, I've been an absolute cough drop fiend this week. The weather around here has been going from 80 down to 40. So it's been playing havoc. And you can see from the images, it goes along with the in-win signature shield design, which is kind of going to their dragon and the medieval theme. So, alright, let's open this puppy up. Now, as I said, this is a mid-tower case, so it supports ATX and micro ATX motherboards. And one of the things I'm most excited about with this case is the fact that it's got some hot swap bays which are lockable. They're right on the side panel, and you can lock them in case you go to LAN parties, things like that. You don't want people, oh, I don't know, hey, a solid state drive, I'll just take that. So, alright, let's do the SpaghettiOs method to get this sucker out. I haven't been in the gym in a couple weeks, and that wasn't too bad. 20 pounds, maybe. Now, as I've said on more than one occasion, there's no better place to start than the front. Here we got our reset button, 2 USB 2.0 ports, microphone, headphone, eSATA, and the power button. And I really like how the ports are facing this way instead of up, so that dust and things don't drop in there. There are 3 5¼ inch drive bays, along with 1 2.5 inch drive for your solid state drive. Now the thing with this, don't try to stick it in there all at once, okay? I did that and it ended up shooting back up in there, and I had to take the whole front cover off, so just try to get one side in. Easy as that. Now, in order to get this front panel off, what you have to do, and I'll show you the very cool features of these side panels later. What you gotta do is take the side panels off. Really simple. And then there's 1, 2, 3 little levers here. And that just comes off real simple. And these wires are in the way, so don't try to take this off unless you disconnect all these. And then you can see there's a 120 millimeter fan right here, along with a dust filter, which you can take off very simply for cleaning. And that is an excellent feature, especially to have a dust filter finally, so you don't have to use pantyhose. Now, moving on up to the top of the case, you can see that there is a tray area here, things like your phone, keys, USB drives. However, again, I would not suggest you put a drink on here in case it dumps and right into your case. And there is, let's see if I can get another shot, a USB 3.0 port right here. So you've got your front panel USB 3.0, and then for exhaust, there's a top 120 millimeter fan, which again is yellow. I'll just get that out of the way right now. I hate yellow, but that's there, so that's nice silent cooling for you as well. Alright, taking a stroll around to the back of the case, you can see in-win has developed an absolutely beautiful feature with the front panel USB 3.0. Instead of having you go through and then having to waste one of your water cooling holes, they provide a little hole right here so that you can send that cable all the way up. It doesn't even have to make contact with the main part of your case in there, and then just hook it into the back of your motherboard, which, if it has USB 3.0 capability, should be no snap. Otherwise, you could get a card or something like that, and there's still enough room to be able to reach down into there, which I think that is an absolutely brilliant feature. And as I said, there's 2 water cooling holes, 120 millimeter for exhaust, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 expansion slots power supply goes down on the bottom. Now, this is what I love about InWin. They listen to their customers. Remember on a couple of the other cases I was complaining that that dust filter was on the inside of the case? Well, they went ahead and made it so that it's on the bottom now. See, you slide it in. Now, like that, you don't have to take out your power supply anymore. Moving on to the far side panel, you can see that it's completely plain. There is a little divot right here for your hand when you take the back panel off. And what I'd like to show you is this is truly inventive. The way, instead of thumb screws or a button, which some cases have, they've got this little clip system where you just do that, and then it should come right off for you. There you go. Now you have to be careful. Don't pull and tug on these because they are made of plastic, so they can snap out. But I haven't had one break on me. Only one's popped out and I was able to put it right back in. And there's no sound dampening foam on these, at least not on this side panel. Take a look at the other one. And what we've got for cable management. Hole here, nice hole here. Really nothing around here, which I'm kind of disappointed about. But, hey, it's not awful, it's not terrific. And, there's not a heck of a lot of room in there. Less than an inch I measured at its deepest settings. You can see for the hard drives, very nice job as usual. Got the hard drives going this way so that you don't have all the cables going that way inside your case. And then you can see it's got a real nice big CPU backplate cutout, which is one of the features which can really test you. Alright, without further ado, we'll get to the sweet and sassy part of the case, the main side panel. Now here you can see you got the InWin logo and name, and these are the hot swap bays I was telling you about. Lock right there. I'm assuming the key is in there somewhere. It better be. And you can see it's got some meshing right here, which you can fit two 120 millimeter fans, and there's nice rubber grommeting for anti-vibration for the screws. Same principle for this side panel. Unclip these two, just comes right off, and no sound dampening this time on this case at all. As I mentioned, this is compatible with ATX and micro ATX motherboards. Stock, the way they've got the front panel cables is going down into this hole. However, what you might want to do is pull all these out, run them through this top hole so that you get as minimal amount of visibility of these cables as you can. And then get them coming out through here or down at the bottom. There's a couple other holes. You can see the yellow is absolutely prevalent. It's toolless design for the optical drives and also the solid state drive. For the hard drives, just pinch this, comes out, pinch it back in, very simple. And then for the toolless design for the PCI Express lanes, what you're gonna have to do is, see these little buttons right here? You're gonna have to push them in and either have nails or, you know, like a screwdriver or something in hand. And then you see, it just kind of goes like that. And then you can take the bracket out. And then once you're ready to lock your GPU in, you just lock it back. I kind of like the other method where you've got the little lever in here. I kind of like that one a little better. So as a mid-tower case that runs between $80 and $100 retail, this is a very good value. You can see the inside is all black, the outside is all black. There is a plethora of yellow, which if you don't mind that, it's not a big deal. There is front panel USB 3.0 compatibility. The power supply finally has that dust filter underneath the case, so you can actually remove that and clean it without having to take out the power supply. There's decent cable management. Some of the InWin's other cases have been better. There's a very nice number of hard drive and solid state drive compatibility with all these hard drive brackets being able to screw in a solid state drive, 2.5 inch. Now, word of advice, if you go to LAN parties, things like that, which I'm sure most of you already know this, but keep an eye on your case that your side panel doesn't come off, okay? And don't take off your side panel, because although this does have the lock and key hot swap bays so that you don't get your solid state drive or hard drive stolen, all anyone has to do, because there's no lock back here, all you gotta do is just pop off your side panel. It doesn't matter if you got a master lock on this hot swap bay, they can just take it right out. So make sure you keep an eye on your case if you go to LAN parties, things like that. And one final thought, the front panel is rather flimsy plastic. So when you go ahead and take that off, try to treat it like a first date, okay? Don't be rough with it. Now, with all those pluses and minuses I've illustrated, if this particular mid-tower was in the $150 range, I would be very tempted to go into the C+ territory as final grade. However, since we're in the waters of the $80 to $100, that's going to bump up my final verdict just a little bit. Therefore, my final verdict for the in-win BUC steel mid-tower case is a decent value LAN party ready B. Until next video, ladies and gentlemen, talk later.